Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at Forever Fern, one of my absolute favourites. These images are just beautiful. And we're going to use a variety of colours and we're going to do some silhouette stamping. So we need a mask. This is just a piece of copy paper. We want it thin so when we stamp through it we don't get a ridged edge. And I've just used from the rectangular stitched framelets. It is from the smallest one, it's the third one out. So from the smallest one, 1, 2, it's the third one. And you're literally just going to cut a mask out of the centre of your copy paper. So we can use this one for something else and we can use that and mask at another time. So let me just put those back in here. Masks are really good to do because they, rather than having to use masking tape or repositionable tape to get your mask, to get your edges absolutely straight, which I'm not very good at doing it. If you actually cut a shape out of it, it gives you that perfect piece. Now, the colours we're using are very bright and vibrant. So we're going to use Gorgeous Grape. We're going to use Melon Mambo. We're going to use Magenta Madness. And we're going to use Bumblebee. So really pretty colours. And when we put them all together, they are going to look absolutely beautiful. So that's our mask. That is our centre panel piece. And this measures for me, it measures 3.5 by 5.25 inches, but whatever your centrepiece is. We're then going to mat it onto a piece which is 1/4 inch bigger. So for me, 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches. And we're either going to use black or we're going to use the Melon Mambo. Sorry, the Magenta Madness. So we can, because we know it's exactly the same size because we've cut it that way, we can put that mask in exactly where we want it and it's going to sit perfectly right the way over the top. Now, you can mask it down if you want to. I tend to hold it with my fingers, particularly when it's a mask this big. But if you prefer to use low tack tape or whatever, or anything else you want to put it down with, you can do. We're going to start with Magenta Madness, and we need some sponge daubers or some sponges or anything you've got that you're going to sponge with. If you haven't got any sponge daubers or any sponges at all, just a piece of kitchen sponge cut into little wedges, you can use that. Okay, so Magenta Madness to start off with. So we're going to do one up in the corner here. And this is really a beautiful bright colour, and that's exactly what we want. So we're just going to sponge a piece at the top. We're going to sponge a piece in on the middle down here. And we're going to sponge another piece in down on the bottom. So we're doing 3. And it doesn't matter sort of the size or the shape, but that's what we're doing. So we've got 3 in a sort of triangle. Okay, then we're going to take the Melon Mambo, which a lot of people have said, oh, is Magenta Madness the same as Melon Mambo? No, it's not. This is actually a slightly reddier look. So get that down, get my Melon Mambo sponge, and we're then going to take it from the outside of the Magenta Madness round in a little circle, and it doesn't matter if it's blobby because it will all sort of come out in the end. So we're going to do that through, and we can then gently brush it through the Magenta Madness because that helps it to sponge blend through. Okay, so we've just extended that sort of little circle piece out, and then, as I say, we can gently go over the other bit, and then this bit here is just going to come round. And again, I tend to do little circular motions, but again, it doesn't need to be hugely precise. Don't worry about your sponging if it's not perfect, because we are going to cover it up. So you can see the difference between the Magenta Madness and the Melon Mambo. They are very different in colour. So that's that one. Now we're going to take the Gorgeous Grape. So that sort of tones it down a little bit because it's more of a bluey colour. So it gives it a bit of a cooler edge. Take our sponge daubers. I do have a sponge dauber in each one of them. So we're going to go in this corner and just sort of bring it out. Then we're going to do another one in on the centre sort of here. And you can see I'm leaving some little sort of spaces in between, and that's on purpose. So again, we're doing 3, and we'll have the other one down in here on the bottom. So we've got 3 pieces of the Gorgeous Grape. And then we're going to take the Bumblebee. Now we have to be a little bit cautious. If we put Bumblebee with the purple and blend it too much, we're going to get a browny colour, which we don't want. But we want that sort of gold look to it, which this just literally is beautiful. So where there's this little space here, we're just going to take it through and not blend it too much into the other pieces. So just down where you've got those little spaces. And Bumblebee is quite a nice bright, as I say, it's almost like a golden yellow. So it's almost having those sort of goldeny tints. Now I know this is going to be where it can go brown, but if you're just a little bit careful, you should be all right. So I'm just literally just going around those edges that I wanted it in, and we've just got that sort of golden bit going on. I might just do a tiny little bit just down on that bottom corner as well, just because I fancy it. Okay, so those are our colours together, and you will find that each one will come out just a little bit differently. But now we need to take the stamp, and we can choose what we want to put in there. So we can have one of the really large leaves, we can have a smaller leaf, we can have this one, we can put a couple in together. I think on this one I'm going to choose this long leaf out on one side, and then I'm going to choose the eucalyptus out on the other side. So I'm just putting this down on here, and we'll take a good black ink. You can use whatever you want. You can use Memento, you can use Stays On, whatever good black ink you've got. You will need to not smudge it because it will take a little bit of time to dry, and I'm going to have it coming down in that direction, little bit of it on, little bit of it off. Hold it just down for a second because it is going to be soaking through colour that's already there. So then just take that off, and you've got that so that it looks like a beautiful silhouette. Get my Simply Chamois out. So that's the first one. And then I'm going to put because I always like the eucalyptus, is my absolute favourite, which is this little bobbly one. I didn't know what it was called, but one of my lovely subscribers turned around and said, aha, it's eucalyptus. So I was like, right, now I know what it's called. So I can then now name it by its correct name. So this piece is going to go up on the opposite side, and I'm just going to have it at that sort of angle and just put it down, and again just rest it a little bit so that it has a chance to absorb into the paper, and lift it up, and you've got that lovely piece coming through there. Now you can add more if you want to. I think for me that's going to be absolutely perfect. I don't want to have too much in on there because I want the colours to sort of stand out a bit. I will show you one that I did first of all. And so then when we take the mask away, you've got this absolutely lovely piece with the black silhouette in on there. And then all we need is a little sentiment. So I think I'm just going to put, you can do this, I think, for this one. I did hello on the other one, so you can do this. Okay, so we need to just get that in like that. And I need to, oops, sorry. Oh dear, woggling my camera. I just put my hand up. Excuse me for making you all dizzy. Okay, so I've got my black ink. And I am going to make sure that if I have it at that angle there, that's perfect. So I can see exactly where my base bit is. And I really like this. It's a nice sort of squirrely font on here, which is rather pretty. So this is a simple 1-layer card. So again, great for postage. And we're just going to put that in on the center like that. Pick it up. You can do this. Clean that one off. And then all we're going to do is to put it onto a background. So background of your choice. You can take any one of these colours. If I put it on black, you can see that all of the colours pop really rather beautifully. So that's it on black. Have I got a card base cut? Not sure whether I have at the moment. I've been doing quite a few cards, so I don't think I've got anything actually cut. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Okay, so that's it on black anyway. And if we then turn round, and this is one that let's put it straight onto the Magenta Madness. So you can see that that just pops it a bit more. So if you were doing that and you wanted to pick that colour up, it would be beautiful. This is one that I did earlier on, exactly the same, but just with different leaves on it, and I did the hello sentiment. So this one on black looks like that, which tones it down a little bit. Swap them over so you can see them on the black or on the colour. But using these really vibrant colours, I think look absolutely beautiful. So that's this other one. And all I've done is used a different leaf. It's exactly the same thing in a different sentiment. And that's that one against the black. So I quite like them on both. I think the black makes it more like a picture. But I think they both look lovely. And you don't need to add anything more. So very simple idea. Colours again are your Bumblebee to just give that pop of yellow in there. Magenta Madness, Melon Mambo, and Gorgeous Grape. And obviously a good black ink. And the stamp set was Forever Fern. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, all of the description, all of the products and things will be linked down below for you. Do please subscribe and hit the like button if you haven't already. I know I've got lots and lots of subscribers, so thank you so much to every one of you. And as always, stay safe, stay well, and be kind. Bye-bye.